Well, happy Saturday, Las Vegas. It's Monique Buchanan, the host of the Welcome Home with Monique show. And I might as well start saying, and the Becky show, Becky. Welcome, Becky.
Hey, Mo.
Hey.
Good morning.
Hey, how are you?
I am fabulous.
Great. We've got a great show for you guys. But I do want to start the show off with just thanking you guys for all your support. And I want to say that I've got a couple of my KUMV listeners that are listing their properties with me. We've got a coming soon property that will be going live next weekend. And that property is a a little over 3,000 square feet property. And it is a single story, has RV parking. It has 4 bedrooms. All of them have bathroom access. All right. It also has a pool. And it's over 14,000 square feet as far as the lot size goes. So a lot of home. Hard to find in the valley right now, right? If you want to add more to your backyard. But if you want to add more, there's actually no HOA. Can you believe that?
Love it.
Yeah, and it's crazy to me because a lot of times when there's no HOA, you see different things when you're driving down the street.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't really look uniform, you know. People are allowed to do whatever they want when they have no HOA, right? But when you drive down this street, there is so much pride in home ownership that every single person's yard is immaculate. You know, it looks like there's an HOA like on top of them, but there isn't.
They do it on their own.
Yeah, that's a bonus, right? There's also solar on the property. You know, a lot of our homes nowadays have solar. Did you see the uptick in how many properties have solar now?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm an advocate for solar. If you guys are interested in solar, you can reach me at 702-984-3700. You know, there's people that knock on the doors and we just don't know where they're coming from. We don't know who they are. We don't even know if their solar company is reputable. So, like you guys know, I've had solar for almost 10 years now. I love it. I can't imagine owning a home without it.
Michelle got me hooked up. It's been over a year. Love it.
Right. And you actually was reluctant.
I drug my feet. I did.
And I always bring up how your husband, my friend Chris, told you to get solar years ago.
I am aware.
Let me just ask you, and we'll get off the solar thing, but what was your biggest hang up on not getting solar?
You just hear all the things. I was nervous
all
about the company. Stories. Yeah, you hear all the scary stories.
That's valid.
I was like, is it really going to pay off? Is it worth it? Is it going to do what it says it's going to do? The maintenance. There's a whole host of things. But
and
Michelle,
what have you found out? What have you found out about the maintenance, for instance?
Most of the myths have been busted.
Right.
Yeah, she walked me through everything, made me feel comfortable, and everything she has said has been good to go.
Right. You know, she is, like I said, she's a trusted resource. She used to be a realtor. So she's sworn in, you know, she has integrity. So we know who she is, and we know she doesn't just offer one company either. She kind of goes over all of the companies and gives you that's what I love about her. She's a lot like us. You know, we like to educate folks and then let them make their own decision on if they want to move forward at all. And if they do want to move forward, at least they know which company they would like to move forward with. You know, so
I like that she wasn't afraid to tell somebody if your house is not set up for solar, we can't help you. Like, it's not a good idea. Like, she'll even
be completely honest with you.
Yeah, that
I love straight shooters, don't you?
That goes miles.
Doesn't hurt my feelings. Tell me in a heartbeat. Monique, you look a hot mess today. Well, thank you very much.
We've been doing
I'll
that
try
for
to go home and do something
20
about
years. Yep. That's right.
We're both straight shooters.
That's right.
And Michelle is too. That's why she's on our team, you guys. Go over all your options, give it to you straight, and let you make your own decision. There's no we don't do high pressure sales with selling homes, and she doesn't with solar either.
No, she does not.
Yeah, we're just not those folks. That's why I got into real estate.
Same.
I figured I don't have to sit here and hit nobody over the head to buy a house. It's just not my personality. And I'm not, I love all my salespeople out there. God bless y'all. But I'm just not the one that's going to hound you and call you 15 times. So I'm going to warn you guys right now. If you call me and listen, I'll text you and reach back out. But listen, you gotta forgive me because I'm not the person that's going to keep calling you. I figure if you want a home, you'll call me back.
Yeah, we don't like hounding people.
Yeah, it's awkward because I don't like to be hounded myself.
Me neither.
Yeah. No, I don't mind a hustle now.
Yeah.
I don't mind a hustle.
Yeah.
But anyways, you guys, let's move on. So I've got another one that is actually as well coming soon, but you can look this one up online. I have not posted pictures of my internet property. That one's being sold for $770,000. That's the one I just told you about in the Northwest area, single story, 4-bedroom. Each room has its own bath, and it also has RV parking, pool. So that one's over 3,000 square feet. Now, I have another one. This one is also coming soon. And the address for this one, you can just see a picture of just the front because, guys, we don't have the professional pictures yet. So I don't, just throw up any old pictures. All my listings must have professional photography, photo shoot done. So 916 Cary Grove, and that's Carey, Cary Grove. You can look that one up. You'll only see the outside. It's a corner lot, also a 4-bedroom on the corner, like I said, with solar. Now, here's the thing about this one. The solar is going to be completely paid for. Oh. Completely paid off solar at the time of close of escrow when we get a buyer for this property. I mean, think about that. You basically have free solar, or free, well, you have power, free solar, yeah, but basically free power. Mm-hmm. I mean, you might get a small bill from Nevada Power, but your solar's paid off in the desert. It has strip views as well and mountain views all the way throughout the property on the second floor. So they like to sit in their loft and look at the fireworks for 4th of July right in their loft. They can see the whole, like downtown and strip. So that's really nice.
Where's this one located?
This one's also in the Northwest community. It's 222 square feet. The lot is a little over 6,500 square feet. Like I said, it's a corner lot. There you guys go. I'm from the Northwest, you guys. So that's why I say you guys. I've had people say, well, you say you guys. It's like, we say that in Seattle. I don't know. But you guys say that? Do you say you guys?
I say it all the time, and I'm from here, so.
Well, you might have picked it up from me. We've been friends over 20 years.
It's been a long time.
I'm sorry. So, all right. So we're a little goofy today. But anyways, if you're interested in either one of those properties, Becky doesn't mind popping over, showing you, even though they're in coming soon status, we can show them to you early. 702-984-3700. 702-984-3700. All right. Now we're going to pivot. Well, a little bit. So my people that are thinking of listing their properties, I've had a couple of folks, quite a few actually, call me with pretty much the same kind of story. Kind of like what you're sitting in, Becky, a little bit like your situation. But when did you buy your house?
I'm almost scared to say, people might get mad at me.
Go ahead.
I bought my house in 2011.
Yeah, I'm mad
2012.
at you. I'm mad at you.
Yeah.
So do you mind if I ask you how much you owe on your house?
No. As a matter of fact, not to get, go way too off topic, but I originally bought my house for $135,000.
Oh my goodness.
I did refi and pull a little equity out to pay off some stuff years back. And so
that's when you got the HELOC.
No, this is before the HELOC,
before.
actually.
Okay.
I have tried to make my money work for me in different ways.
Good.
I did, that one was just a refi. I dropped my interest rate when I did that, back when we could do those kind of things.
What did you do with the money?
I paid off a lot of debt so that I could take care of a bunch of different things.
That's a beautiful thing when you own a house and you can
helped
pull
my
out.
Kids.
Do you mind if I ask you how much did you pull out?
What did I pull out?
The first time.
I think I pulled out 40,000.
40,000 of your equity.
Yeah, because I refied it. I want to say it was like somewhere like 180 maybe, and I think I owe 140. No, 150. I think is about what I owe.
What's your mortgage? Okay,
really?
Don't make me jump out this chair.
1,050.
Oh my goodness, you're exactly okay. So it's crazy. So we could actually just use. Well, here, you have the exact same situation as one of the clients that called me. And me, his wife, and Anthony all had a sit down, a little chat about the options that he wanted to have. So let me just go ahead and pivot to him. But it's funny, you guys are almost identical. So, okay, guys, one of my husband's workers, my husband works for a city in North Las Vegas, and he had one of his coworkers chat with me about some options that he could do. So here's what he said. He said, Monique, I owe about $70,000. I'm in debt about $70,000. Me and my wife bought our home in 2011. He owes $145,000, right? And guess what? His payment per month for his home is $1,050, just like Becky's, right? But he said, I really want to pay this debt off. So I'd like to do, what are my options? What can I do? And I said, okay, well, we could do this a couple different ways because he knows about me and my husband just buying that investment property, another investment property. So he said, I'd love to do something like that, but he feels like he's not able. He's like, he thinks that's so out of reach. So of course I had to let him know you're quite able. So here's what I said to him. I said, listen, here's a cut and help me stay on track. Cause you guys know I'll veer off. So I'm going to do my best to try to say this as clearly as possible. All right. So if he owes $145,000 on his property, he has a house out in the Northwest. His house that he bought back in the day, 2011, actually is worth right now about $440,000. Okay. So when we talk about equity, it's the difference in what he owes to what it's worth. So he owes 145. It's worth 440. Minus that means that man has $263,000 of equity that is rightfully his, that he can tap into. And so can you, if this is sounding very familiar, right? So he's sitting on $260,000 that's doing nothing and making no money for him right now. And then on top of that, he actually owes $70,000 to debtors. But he
at probably 20% interest rate.
At probably 20% interest rate yeah, exactly. So he wants to tap into that $263,000. There's a couple different ways we can do this. And he's interested in possibly buying a bigger home, right? I said, okay, well, here's what we can do. A couple different options. We can sell the property. I can list it for you. All right. You'll walk away with $263,000. That's after paying the realtors and doing whatever you have to do. Closing costs, yada, yada, right? He's going to walk with $263,000. Now, he's going to pay off his entire debt of $70,000 off that $263,000. That means he will still have, after paying off and being debt-free, $193,000. Now, he already lives in a home that's worth $440,000. He's looking at a home at about $600,000. He's willing to put 5% down. He doesn't have to. He could really put 3% down. Even with putting 5% down, that means he'll be putting $30,000 down on his new big bad house of $600,000, right? $30,000. Now, that leaves him with $163,000 sitting in his bank account. And he's got this new big bad house of $600,000. But that $600,000 payment per month is going to be $3,000 a month. $2,000 more than what he's used to paying at his old house, right? Well, Monique, that's just too much money. That sounds like that's huge. I can't afford $3,000. Right. Well,
this is how we make your money work for you.
Right. Got to put those dollars to work. Your money is your employees. I'm sure you guys have heard this before. Each one of those dollars need to be working for you, right? So let's get back to it. Now his new house mortgage is $3,000 a month, right? He has $163,000 sitting in his bank account. Here's an option that he can do. He can go to Cincinnati, Ohio, and I'm just throwing it out there. There's plenty of other places he can go, North Carolina, South Carolina, wherever. Remember, we assist in all 50 states. So I'm just using Cincinnati, Ohio, because I am actually looking there myself. So I know that he can buy a house for $159,000 cash, right? Paid off in full. And that 3-bedroom, 3-bath home at about 1,100 square feet rents out in Cincinnati, Ohio for $1,800 a month. Now, that $1,800 is going to come off that $3,000 that he's getting every month from his renters because he owns the house outright, right? So that's just money in his pocket every month of $1,800, which if you minus that, from the $3,000, guess what? His new big bad $600,000 house is costing him $1,200 a month. Let that sink in. And on top of his mortgage for his new big bad house being only $1,200 a month, basically what he was paying for the first house, he now owns another property that every year is making equity that somebody else is paying off for him. You guys, this is how you build wealth. These are the steps that I'm giving you, okay? If you're just tuning in, this is Monique and Becky, and we are local Las Vegas realtors, but we also can assist in all 50 states, okay? Our team is far and wide. We also can assist in 24 countries. So if you're one of these folks like my daughter that picked up and moved to Albania last month, and she loves it, by the way.
Jealous.
And I will be flying out there next month if God says the same. And I'm so excited because now I have somewhere to stay in Europe, and we'll take a little boat right on over to Italy. I'm excited. I love Europe. So anyways, but yes, if you're thinking of moving out of the country, we can assist you with that too. 24 countries and in all 50 states. So what I'm saying is now you're building your portfolio of wealth, of rental properties, right? So that's the first way. So now that big bad house that he wants with his wife is only really going to cost him $1,200 a month because he's going to be collecting rent from Cincinnati or wherever he buys a house outright for $160,000, right? Or he could take that $160 and do what I'm about to. Well, here, let me not pivot there yet. Hold that thought. I'm going to hold that thought because I'm going to talk about another strategy. But he could also just rent the current house out that he owns, the one that he has the mortgage for $1,050, right? He doesn't have to sell it. We could just rent it out, right? He can rent that bad boy out for at least $2,400. Okay, so that's going to clear him about $1,400 by itself. That's an easier plan, in some people's mind. Some people don't want to invest out of the state, so you don't have to. And guess what? When you rent out your property, that frees you up for the next property to put as low as 3% down.
Yep.
All we need is that rental contract.
First-time home buyer stuff.
Yeah, you turn right back into another first-time home buyer. But you have to rent out your current property. So that was the other thing I told him. Okay, well, we can rent this property out, right? And now you'll make $1,400 a month on your first house.
Yep.
And once again, $1,400 off that $3,000. You still got a very low payment for your new big bad $600,000 house.
And now if he doesn't want to get rid of the house and he still wants to kind of take care of that debt and figure his other stuff out. Now, back when we had those low interest rates, I was able to refi. Now it's a refi cash out. But now we have other options as well, which I took advantage of years ago too, which is a HELOC loan, which is basically like a loan against that equity on your house. So you're not giving up your house and you're not redoing your entire, now to refi your house, take your equity out, you'd have to refi at the current rates.
Yeah, nobody wants to do that.
Yeah, that's not a good thing.
Right.
So you can still keep that mortgage payment where it is, but you can still borrow against that equity.
And see, that's what he could do. So when we rent out the property that he already owns, Becky's saying he can get the money for the down for the next property and pay off his debt. He could pull out $100,000 via a HELOC and move on and still own that property, not lose it. And it'll still be making him rental income.
Yep. He'll still have the rental income from
now,
that
he will have
property.
a payment, though. So here's a little catch to that. He'll have a payment on that HELOC. Now, hopefully he has some 401k saved up or some savings where he doesn't even have to bother with the HELOC. That way, he'll just get that rental $1,400 or that extra $1,400 a month, and it can go towards his new mortgage. But if he does not have anything saved up, he can utilize some of the equity within that first home. It is going to come at a payment. So he might not clear $1,400 a month. He might clear only $7,000. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but that payment is only on that part of the equity. That other payment that's on that current mortgage isn't going up because your interest rate isn't changing on that. So that's still staying at that low $1,050.
So what she's saying is that your mortgage for your interest rate for your mortgage or his mortgage won't change with the HELOC.
Correct.
Because that's why a lot of people are not refinancing right now because they don't want to touch that low rate. And neither would he.
Yeah.
So she's saying, don't worry about that. It will not affect your current rate. You can get that $100,000 out, use it for the next house and to pay off your debt. And hello, people. And still walk with probably a couple dollars.
Oh, yeah.
Towards that new mortgage payment.
Making your money work for you.
So just think about that. We're trying to give you guys ways to do this. And this is what we do, guys, because we're not just in a box. We're not just trying to sell your house and move you on out the way.
Next.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So we're trying to give you all options. You can call us years down the road after we've sold or listed or whatever for you. Mo, what do you think about this? I answer my phone. People are always shocked. Oh, I didn't think I'd get you. Yes, you're going to get me. I'm going to answer, unless one of my assistants answer, which is normally not the case. It's normally me. But yeah, so that's what we're here for, guys, to give you options. And I hope that didn't go too crazy. I hope you guys kind of followed along with that gentleman's options, because a lot of you under my voice have the same situation. Low mortgage, right? But maybe you've created a bunch of debt that you need to get rid of. And you're trying to figure out, how can I do this? So even if you don't want to sell your house, maybe you want to stay in that house, you can still utilize that HELOC without touching your current rate. And I can always get you with Anthony. 702-984-3700. 702-984-3700. And if you are wanting to move into a new property, okay, you're ready? Because most folks don't like to live in their house. They start getting the itch about 5 to 7 years in.
Yeah, a lot of people do.
Yeah, they're ready. Things have changed within 5 to 7 years. Maybe they had a baby, or maybe they got rid of some kids, God bless them, and they want to downsize. Whatever the situation is, we're here to help. 702-984-3700, Monique Buchanan and Mrs. Coins, Miss Becky. Okay, so here's another thing I want to talk to you guys about, that another option, because he's interested in investing. He was interested in getting a rental property. So I told him, you can turn your current house into a rental. You can buy a rental for $160,000 outside of this state, because you're not going to find a house for $160,000, not here in Vegas.
No, that's going to make you any kind of money.
No, not at all. So maybe you have family in the South or somewhere else that you can get a property, pay it off. Or here's another way to do it. Remember, you guys, I've talked to you guys about this program, right? That I just used to buy my investment property. The reason I like it, you guys, is it doesn't look at your own income at all. You will not be asked to upload any paycheck stubs. You will not be asked, have you done your taxes for the last whatever, right, Becky?
That's right.
It doesn't care about your income, not one iota. We don't want to see any of your income papers. We don't care. We do not care. You know what they only care about? To put you in a position to buy properties and build your portfolio of rentals? Let me just name it off for you. What's one of the things there, Beck?
A little bit of credit, 640.
That's not bad. 640 is not bad. And if you don't have it, we have someone that can get you there quickly.
Yes, we do.
All right. And then you just need to have at least the 20% down. Okay. Just the 20. For instance, I bought that property. It was $175,000. I put $38,000 down. Okay. So you have to own your own home as well. Okay. They do require that you already own your own primary residence. And this is just for investing. You cannot move into the house after you buy these properties. This is not for you to move in. This is investing. These are rental properties, or however you want to do them. If you want to make them group homes, they have to be something that's going to make you money that you're not planning on making your own home. Okay. All right. So 640 credit score, 20% down. You have to own your own home. And here's the catch. Here's the big, what's the catch? I don't have to show any of my dogs. What's the catch? Why not? This is why they don't care about your income. They don't care that you already own 3 of your own homes right now. They don't care about any of that. They don't care that you owe the IRS $100,000. They don't care. You know why? Here it is. Because the property, and this is where me and Becky come into with the magic. Me and Becky have to find you a property that will pay for itself. Does that make sense? Can you explain what I mean by that, Beck?
That's all the bank cares about. They just want to know that house right there that you got it, if the mortgage is $1,400, it better be able to rent out for at least that.
$1,401.
Yep.
Okay.
They want to know you're not having to dig in your own pocket every month to carry the weight.
If the mortgage on that property is $3,000 that you're purchasing, it needs to be able to rent out. And me and Becky will have to prove that it can rent out for $3,001. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense
to me.
So you can buy as many of these properties as you want using this, right? And we can walk you through it. Like I said, I just closed on one 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm having so much fun flipping this house, you guys.
I love watching you work.
Oh my goodness, it's so much fun. I'm back there sanding my cabinets. I'm making Home Depot runs. Yesterday, the lady at Home Depot said, my goodness, Monique, you need to get an orange apron. And I said, you know what,
Becoming a frequent flyer.
Right. I know all their names. I'm like, the paint guy is Mike. I'm like, Mike, I'm back. I need more primer. So you guys, it's so much fun. For me, I'm sprucing up this house. I'm doing the Section 8 route because we need so many homes right now for Section 8 folks. They get a bad rap. Oh, Section 8 tears up your house. Guess what? Anybody could tear up your house. Anybody could. So for me, guess who was getting paid during COVID? And
Section 8.
Hello. Mm-hmm. So that's why I'm like, listen, I know that check is in the mail for real, and they're not just saying it.
Nope.
So for me, I want to make sure that my, funds are going to be there so I can pay my mortgage. Mm-hmm. And I don't, and not everybody, don't paint people with a broad brush. I know that I used to rent and I used to take care of that house like it was my own because I lived there. So not everybody's the same. So anyways, I'm doing the Section 8 route because it's very much needed in our community. So that's the route I'm taking. You don't have to take that route, but you can build as many as you want. So let's go on back to my husband's coworker that has $163,000 after putting $30,000 down on his $600,000 new home that he bought with me. And now he's got that $163,000 sitting in the bank, right? We're trying to figure out what we can do with that money to make him more money to help pay that $3,000 a month mortgage.
He can buy a few properties.
He can buy a couple of properties, right? He can really leverage that 163, right? So in my case, well, he can buy like what? With my little 40,000, I'm not that great at math. Y'all don't make fun of me. But 3 or 4 of the townhomes like what I bought.
Yeah, depending on price, 20% down.
Right. And with my townhome, because Section 8 pays top dollar, that's another thing, guys. Section 8 pays top rent. So I'm walking with about $500 on top of my mortgage every month. So let's do the math. That's $2,000, but he has 4 properties making equity every single year. 4, even 3.
Even 3 at $500, $1,500 a month.
Yes. And if he's got 4, $2,000 a month. So his mortgage will once again only be $1,000 on his new home. And now he owns 5 properties.
And they're all making money.
That's called leveraging, putting those dollars to work, you guys. You know? So that's all I'm saying. I'm just saying, hey, there's all kinds of ways we can do it. That's what we specialize in. The everyday folks.
Don't think you can't do it.
Exactly. Breaking down those myths. You can do this, you guys, and none of us are getting younger. So before I get off the phone,
Ring, ring.
I want to take a quick pivot real quick, and I would like to speak to my prayer warriors out there. We have a sister, a KUMV sister. She bought a home from me last year. She's got a beautiful family, 5 little kids. The youngest one is 7 years old, you guys. Me and my friends went to the hospital 3 days ago, and we all grabbed hands with her family and prayed over her. You guys, she's fighting for her life. She's got breast cancer, and they're telling us that she's not going to make it, but Jesus has the last say. Jay Diaz. She's in Spring Mountain Hospital, and her babies are there, and it just tore me up, you know, to see these beautiful children have to go through something like this. And I know that, you know, there's so much happening out there, so many people that are going through something similar out there that under the sound of my voice. So, but I do want to say a quick prayer for everybody under the sound of my voice that are, you know, going through something similar. Heavenly Father, lifting up every person listening right now, those battling sickness, those standing by a loved one's bedside, and those who feel weary in their spirit, Lord. Your word says in Isaiah 53:5 that by his stripes of Jesus, we are healed. So Father, healing in our bodies, peace in mind, wrap them in your presence, Lord. Let your Holy Spirit breathe hope where there's despair and faith where there's fear. Where fear has tried to settle in, remind them that you are still Jehovah Rapha, the God who heals. Let miracles move through airwaves and testimonies rise from hospital rooms, homes, and hearts tonight or today. In the mighty name of Jesus Christ. So I'm just, you know, praying that all my prayer warriors, I know I got a lot of my KUMV prayer warriors out there. They've called me. I know a lot of my listeners are saved. Later down the road, I will be giving information on how we can bless them right now. So I love you guys. And until we hear from them, Becky.
Love you, Mo. Thanks for having me on as usual.
Absolutely. You're my girl, my ride or die. Okay, guys, we love you guys. And until we hear from you, have a blessed weekend.